Hey Lauren,
Hi,
how are things?
I've had a good day
Yeah,
and enjoying the pitter patter of the raindrops on my roof.
me too. Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. You should get quite the you're in the rain shadow, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been pretty intense here this afternoon, in fact.
identify with, and it's very, very painful. It's pretty horrible,
Yeah.
and yeah, I
Okay.
sure hope it's worth it.
You're gonna have to dig deep to the energy support that's there.
Yeah,
Deeper, finer, more original energy.
I've got a
Radiate out.
question related to that. During the the first 2 weeks after I'd had the chemo, I I really just couldn't find myself in that. It was like there was a blanket over my system, my body, and even just trying to feel my breath up and down. It was like, what's going? It did after some time, after some clean out,
Yeah.
thankfully. But at the time, I was quite traumatized by it all because it's always been a go to for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was just like I was alienated from the Danny that I knew.
Let me play with that another time. We'll maybe next time we'll come back on that. But
Sure.
let me play, okay, and get a better hit on that. Susan, you on? Is she in the mountains goofing off? What is she
She's
doing?
here, Sensei. She's here.
I'm here, Sensei.
Okay. Did you hear that
Hello?
from Danny? We'll check that out.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got
Okay.
anything off the top on that, or you want to hold that off till we check it out?
Yeah, we'll hold off.
Okay. All right. I partner with her in certain medical research stuff. So anyway, okay. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful diagram Katja did? Yes. Basically, okay, the lineage we're on is just you basic character. I would call that Bobby Robert Nando, basic character. Okay, so we're not trying to for this time we'll just do basic character as opposed to I want to be a better golfer, I want to be a better parent, I want to sell more, whatever, or a better salesman, whatever, just basic character. You. Okay. I think we're gonna have to stand on this one. Okay, let's stand. Here we go. So first, to be present. Okay, now, oh, I'm present. I can see the room. I see Brad, I must be here. I hear Katja, I must be here. The idea of it. Now, the actual physical body character presence, that's a feeling experiencing. Depending on where you're at, it might take some time to get out of your ideas. It's okay. Whatever it takes you to settle. Using the first ground floor, I think the one that's on the other diagram that's done up a black line, we'll point it up later. You're basic. You're a normal human being. Hopefully, the first floor that you're standing on shouldn't be too hard to connect with. Now, some days we're sort of a little bit above the ground and we can't quite get our footing and we trip a little bit more often. Or I think maybe older people must be getting pushed a bit because they're losing their ground contact. I'll have to research that. I'm approaching that. I'm into that age as we speak. Anyway, present as an experience, a feeling of being present. A feeling of being present. Again, to distinguish between the idea of being present, I understand. I can spell present. I know how to say it in French. Yeah. The actual experience of being present here and now, basic floor level, basic human being level. Tricks that help there again in this settling is a sense of opening. There's a lot of energies down deep. Come up strong. You approach it too narrow, they push you. Okay, so first simple is in this settling, a sense of an opening. There is more room. Okay, easy, a sense of more room. Just a sense experience. Again, first I get an idea. Oh yeah, we've touched on this before. I know what he's talking about. I'm glad you know. Now let's have a sense experience. In settling, more room opening. Easy. Feeling, body feels. Body feels. Again, a lot of emphasis on the ground floor. Feeling. So I'm feeling my feet, my 2 feet on the floor, and I'm noticing how flat they are. Do they feel kind of equal, left and right, right and left? I'm just noticing through the experience. Easy, body present. Basic floor level, basic human being level. So whether you're starting off as your Bobby or your Robert, same. Mem shows there, baby. Onaji, same. Once you have a feeling of a fairly full body present on this floor, you're feeling, the body is feeling itself, experiencing itself. Should be good enough as a starting place. Let's see. Oh, one thing I'm noticing, a little side here, I'm noticing as I feel a little bit more settled, so I'm going to the floor, I'm going a little bit deeper than wherever I was before this session. And so it feels more, a few more aches in my body. Okay. That's an example of some people not wanting to feel these, what seems to be aches or pains or whatever. And so they drift up and come back into a more upper awareness. So they're not in the body, they're not feeling it as much. Okay, so anyway, a little sideline. Did that come across okay, Brad? Okay, now, I'm not going to ask you to go too very deep. I use, in this case, deeper under floors. But let's start with just an under platform. Okay, but really simple. So I'm not asking you to go too deep. You've got your basic floor that my feet are on, feeling. And continue with that easy opening, a bit of settling. Some sense of a little deeper, that there's a platform there. A couple inches, few inches underneath this basic wood floor here, or this basic rug floor. A sense experience that you're touching it. Easy. Physical, first floor, easy. Bit deeper, easy open, bit deeper. Look, under basic floor, platform floor, let's call it, just a platform. And you have any sense experience that you're a bit deeper standing on a platform yet? Double checking my on the basic floor, okay. Double checking experience there. Continuing a little bit more open, a little bit deeper. There's a underneath this is a platform floor. Okay. And of course, at first there'd be a lot of awareness, the idea, am I there yet? Stuff like that. Of course, but as you actually practice, okay, we're going to do things fairly fast, but really you got to practice. Okay. Okay. The platform floor has a little more energy. It's a little bit of an energy pool. And that energy up, certain level, and down, back to the platform. Easy. Platform that has energy. And there's a flow up and a flow down. Again, if you're to hang out and play with this, the flavor of the up flow and the flavor of the down flow, they'll begin to show they're a bit different after a while. Again, catch the difference between, yes, energy's up, yes, energy's down. I'm aware of that. I can make believe that, yes. Through the body that's here, basic, opens up a little bit more to a platform. Now the energies from that level come up through the body, down through the body. So the energies are in here, moving up and down. Okay. As they move up and down, in one sense, they're like a he and a she. Okay. And at first, there may be discord. She doesn't trust him. He's not sure what the hell to make of her. Okay. But as you continue the actual practice, by law, if you don't interfere, they will come to an accord. Inherent in the whole system of creation is a balance factor. They are trying to balance. Easy, I'm just giving them room, doing my best not to interfere. That comes up equally goes down. That goes down equally comes up. Okay, now following this sense that they're a he and a she, or she and he, basic sex comes into the picture here. They'll want to, in their harmony level, breed or mix or produce, find your own words here, go down and up and down, and on this up, this is where they're breeding and they're mixing up, breeding, birthing, giving birth to a new level of me. I'm on basic me, a new level of me. Go up and down. They're mixing, breeding, basic sex. Boom, they're producing this new kid on the block, this new baby. So at first I'm just a baby feeling. Again, in this feeling now, what do you have what's your experience that you didn't notice or have in our starting place? For example, I feel stronger physically. I feel a little more physically present. Brad?
I feel more limber and flexible and loose.
Okay. Oh. Ah. Okay. And that would also infer a more flexible guy, adjustable guy. Okay. Up and down. Down and up. And on the up, mixing, breeding that level of character to you. One way to say this also, as I say, I started as Bobby. Here's the early beginning of a Robert. Still young, but as I continue to pump, he grows real fast. It won't take him 20, 30, 40 years to grow. It's real fast, but still take time to pump, to mix, to get this character. There's a lot of feeling. Well, character, who am I? Don't go there. This character, body, feeling. So we major in feeling, experience here. The outlook, the awareness, your Robert's intelligence compared to Bobby's, he views the world different. Don't worry too much about that at first. Let's get the character. This guy, this person, this lady, whoever you are. Okay, let's take a pause here. There you go. Oh, hell. I don't have any pens. Yeah.
Bob, Steve here.
Yeah.
What I found very helpful, a few things that I found very helpful. When I started out, I could feel the feet on the ground first, and then I started feeling a center line. But then when you said open, it suddenly got fuller. And what really helped was when you said, you know, your body may start to feel some aches. And as I opened more, there was more aching, which would have, perhaps if I didn't know that, thought it was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Where in fact it was just more energy coming in and
Activating,
hitting the
yeah.
So that was very helpful.
It's a simple one, but you can see why the normal person doesn't go for anything of depth.
Yeah,
Things happen like that, and they go,
Yeah.
I'm going to stop feeling and start thinking more. I'm going to drift more. Yeah. Because down there it hurts only for a little bit. Don't panic. Jesus. A lot of these things have been hidden. So they have a lot of bad PR, you know. Don't go deeper because you'll start to hurt more. So nobody ever goes deeper, kind of thing. Bad PR. Big misunderstanding. Okay. So we took some time up front to stand on the black line, which represents basic floor, basic human floor, where I could feel my feet actually, and I could compare them by the experience of them, whether they felt both there, fully there, whatever. Okay, then we easy, continue. A little more opening to get to this platform level, this light shade of gray that's here. Saying, okay, now that represents a little bit the next finer dimension, a little bit, not a major jump yet, but a little bit. And at that floor or support place there, it has more energy. And the energy going up and down through the system, okay, mixes, breeds, gives birth to a better level of character. Because I'm just doing lineage, they're just personal. I can say my Bobby went to the beginning of Robert. Okay. So, oh, there's pens. Ooh-bah. Okay, so small move, but there was a incremental improvement on this physical body. This physical body felt a little bit stronger, a little fuller. Brad's next was a little more pliable, adaptable. Okay. Whatever you experienced. Should we ask what you experienced? On our first practice run, what was the improvement of the body you character? Hello out there. That was a question.
Sensei, Bob here.
Yeah.
My balance was better.
I'm sorry?
Balance, physically, my balance was better.
Okay, so this refined character, a little bit more refined, or what word we're using? Enhanced. A little more enhanced character, better balance. Okay. Now there, if a person wanted to practice walking on the balance beam, that would be a good level to start walking on the balance beam. To get an unbalanced person to try to get balance on the balance beam might take too long. I kind of said something important here. Get to a certain level to where your practice at that level is more rewarding. I never said it quite that way that before. Did you catch that? I think. Yeah.
Well, Sensei, this is Lauren. I think that you've talked a little bit to this in the sense of the 10-pound, 20-pounder that, you know, sometimes you use the idea of a fishing line, that if you've got 5-pound fish line, don't expect to catch a 10-pound fish. You know, you want to catch 10-pound fish, you need a 10-pound line. You have to grow that. You have to enhance your character.
Let's get to the 10-pound. 10-pound, let's say this line is a 10-pound line. Let's get there first and then go fishing.
Right. Yeah. I think that's what you're saying is like, don't jump up on the balance beam and then try to catch your balance, become a balanced person, then step up onto the beam.
Don't enter the dojo because you've been busy looking at your computer all day and you're into mental thought major, and you come to the dojo and you jump on the mat expecting you can do techniques there. If you haven't settled a bit to get to a certain level, you're wasting your time. It's going to take you too long. You got to do half an hour warm-up techniques. That's a little dig, by the way, and stuff. It's much faster than that, but it has to be done. Get to a better level, and then we'll see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the energy's up and down again. We've done one time where we had one be male and the other be a female, whichever you were choosing in your system, and they were conversing with each other. If you remember that, at first they're not sure about each other. They may have negative things, to say about each other. But as you continue the practice, give them more room, they'll tend to begin to work it out. Okay? And they'll try to go into harmony and balance, where they're in agreement at that level. They're in agreement, we did that level, in agreement at that level. And a sense of that balance, agreement, when you know, okay, this is good enough level for where I am right now. Who am I, or who is being produced? Who is giving birth? How am I being enhanced? My name ain't Bobby anymore. I'm the beginning of Robert. And you experience yourself. Okay. Basics, but I hope I'm saying things a little bit clearer, a little bit better. Okay. What these lines here are, as this guy improves, after a bit, not necessarily right now, we're just doing a very early enhanced character, very, very beginning stage. But as this guy continues that practice and works lines and deeper lines, better character, better character, better character, as the character gets better, that, as he gets better, or let's say the centered character gets better, the circle or situation or world that you're in should also begin to activate, to be in tandem with. Okay. Things should happen to Nadeau in his world. Things should just happen. Okay. That don't happen in Bobby's world. When I was a Bobby, I would never get invited to Esalen, for God's sakes. I had to develop myself to get to a certain level where suddenly these requests were coming in. Yeah. I was practicing and doing little homespun workshops, just in my dojo, but expanding into past techniques, into other stuff. Okay. People begin to hear about it. They started to spread the word. Okay. And then people like Esalen would say, hey, we heard you're doing some interesting work. Come work with us. Let's see what you're up to. Hey, we think that's great work. We're going to contact the head Big Sur location. Tell them you're doing some great work. Boom, I was invited there. They tested me out for a workshop or two. Make sure I wasn't bullshit. A lot of bullshit going on in those years. They would let anybody come in and do anything. So they test you out for a couple of sessions to see if you were stable and if you had anything really to offer. But as this guy progressed, those things begin to happen. Is that clear? Well, a good possibility, it was the word, synchronicity. Bobby would say, gee, that was a coincidence, wasn't it? After a bit, because he's developing, the world around him is starting to align and relate better. Circle, center, center, circle beat right now. And things happen that are like in perfect timing to your character. And you say, whoa, synchronicity. Yeah, should be so. But that's why it's happening. Because the character got better, the world around you should get better. Your sense, your view of the world around you. See, if I'm a Bobby and you say, what do you think about the world? Bunch of assholes, screw them. That comes up really easy for me as a weird Bobby. If I settle, I'll do a quickie. Someplace around the Robert level. Hey, what's your sense of the world? A little strange, but I should do the best that I can in being calm with myself and balanced with myself. Hopefully that'll help with whatever craziness I'm involved in. I got to sort of take care of myself and hope that helps with my family, my immediate situation. Somebody's got to stay sane or calm or experientially present. Yeah. Are you following this? You chat for a bit. I laid out a fair amount. What do you got to say?
Sensei, this is Justin. I really appreciate what you're sharing right now. I experience it to be so at a finer level. The energies themselves are naturally more harmonious and balanced and clarify themselves and don't have to do a lot as a character, but a character that's open with a fuller and balanced up and a down and a depth. And the balance and harmony are naturally occurring at that level, more obvious and available to the character. And in the situation was going through recently,
Yeah.
noticed I found myself walking out in the snow just to be present with it all and to, not drift, but to sans jacket, just feel.
Let me jump in and say what I think you want to say real quick. He was in a family bad situation, death of a baby, for Christ's sakes. He did this improvement of this character, this internal beat work, till he was at a much better level. And he knew, he could feel it with his family, who were, of course, all broken up over the death of a baby, for God's sakes. But he knew by doing that and being that they were being touched by that and affected by that.
It's true. The world was changing in harmony, response to the character. And one of the greatest things about the fact that we've worked through this for so long is that the space was suddenly open. It was just so big that the character responded to the space, invited to the space opening under that pressure. I didn't have to do a lot of process except to just stay there. It pulled me into it, but I could sustain better.
Hold it. I can jump in again. And he's talking about the reverse form, which I don't know. I don't think I'll have time to get into tonight, but here we're working on improving this guy. And I'm saying, by the way, this around you should also naturally improve, show more possibilities, whatever. There's another reverse way of doing this where situation, you work the situation first. And in this bigger situation, now, who do I have to be? And then you go from the situation, experience, is that a good word here? Experience, sense of, and who do I have to be proper here? And then the character gets his turn. So here I said character first, and then this will start to kick in. We can go the other way around and say, oh, the situation. I don't know what to do. Situation. Wait a minute. Situation. There's a character here. Easy. Then you let the character develop, our first form, to be equal to the situation. That's a law. Center, circle, circle, center. But you can come at it either way. Okay. My history is more of a center type, a little slow on catching the circle changes. Sensei was a center type, a little slow on the circle at first. So is that, are we on track?
100%. And I thought of O-sensei quite a bit. That my grandson's passing is not exactly like O-sensei on the battlefield, although when he's on the battlefield and there's bullets flying, I imagine it in a similar way, that situation pulled him into the character of performing at the level that he was.
A more advanced Ueshiba, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So kind of like that, but not of the same magnitude, I felt.
Yeah. Yeah, he said something to me about, at that time, he had a sense of bullets flying around. Sure, I can't quite recall exactly how he said that, but maybe, too many bullets over there. I think I'll stay over here, which later he got more advanced and he could feel the bullet actually coming at him, at which time he'd go, oh, it would go by. So his earlier level of being aware of bullets flying to this other level where not only aware, but aware if they're coming at him. He'd see something, an energy, something that told him, here it comes. Yes, so are we okay there? Blah, 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 okay. Okay. So, again, practice. Okay. It's like, oh yeah, I know that. We did that some years back. I remember. I'm sorry, people, you're not practicing. It's memory bullshit. Unless you're practicing. Practicing. It's like reading one of Arnold's books on bodybuilding, and you think you're going to get muscles reading the book. No, you're going to learn some things, but you ain't got no muscles. Nothing's happening. You got to exercise. Exercise. I know the mind is fast, but it can't create the actual. That's just a part of it. Isn't this a nice part? If we use it right, I get an idea and then I say, okay, the rest of the system, what do you think? Do you want to play with this? And if it starts to activate, I can sort of hear it say, yes, that's cool. We'll develop if we do that. So that idea, I just don't stay there and expect it to do everything. It's the beginning. That's like this part, but now I got all of this part to do. Okay. And people are fairly well versed because that's sort of the human's norm. Been the norm for thousands and thousands of years to be more this style. And the depths here and how that works has really been hidden, shrouded, kind of a secret. Essentially tried to mainline on this. He told me there's plenty of these type of teachers, spiritual, mental, finer. But because they're going to find themselves lacking, believe it or not, eventually, believe it or not, we need this fuller. And there's where Sensei said, God, they got to catch on to this. So even these floors here, going down a bit deeper, mixing up a better character from that level, Sensei would say, why do you think I taught them Swariwaza? Why do you think they knew when they saw me, they better go Swariwaza or I would bitch? Hoping that in sitting on the floor and settling, they would catch this. Now, the fine tuning of that, he probably didn't teach him, but that's basically what he was trying to get him to do. Sit on the floor, settle, and now you figure it out. Okay. So some of them sat, settled, learned to walk around on their knees, maybe be real spiffy on their knees. Did they realize what they were into under here? Probably not. Because you didn't get any more senseis after that, or any understanding about this. But he introduced it to them. Sit. Do some techniques from here, hoping you'll touch more energy and realize, oh, you feel different. Did you go, oh, what the hell is that about? What if I were to go deeper and open and mix from there? Gee, what if I were to go even deeper? Finer dimensions under. So he didn't clarify that as far as I know. I'm sure he didn't. He's so sensei. But that's why Swariwaza, to start this game going. For the non-Aikido, Swariwaza is we walk around on our knees doing techniques. That's all that means. Okay, talk to me. Where are we? Can I say anything clear? Go ahead.
Danny here. Thank you for highlighting that we could reverse the process.
Yeah.
Because I'm very much center, and as I said before, that's what I was looking for through the pain and the whatever. But I never gave it a chance. I never gave the circle any chance whatsoever. I just kind of freaked out in a way. Guess, or was overcome with a bit of grief, I think. Yeah, so
Yeah. Again, I'm going to have to fine tune this with Susan to
Yep,
jump in
sure.
with the details. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
But yeah. Well, just anyway, just to know that there are two starting styles. One is situation, situation, situation. Autumn. Situation is like the script. Okay, that's the situation. And you read the script, yeah, okay. Then you got to do the character. What are they asking for? With this script situation, who does the character have to be? And that should be an experience, not just mentally going over it, because then you'll be a lousy actor. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can I ask, when you're working on character in the same way that you have, say, a more original self, can you have a more original character?
Okay, wait. Original self. Okay, I wasn't going to get into self yet, but say again what you just said.
So if you have this character that's refining and refining and refining,
Yes.
it's coming to a more original character, right?
Yes, eventually, yes.
At the same time, that's creating kind of a more original self because they have to remain.
Yeah, it's not. So I'm not sure if I want to say it's creating an original self. There is already an original self. Oh boy, you're going to catch me off guard here. After we do a few of these, Bobby probably can't pick up that there's a self. Robert, I don't know, maybe, huh? But as it's fuller here, that fuller experience, then the sense of self. There's something here that's you, but it's not a character's mind. It's not a character thinking. Self is a separate unit related to you. It's you self. I'm not sure what to say because I know there are some selves in the universe that aren't that well developed. They're selves, but they're not that well developed. So I'm not sure how to word this. Let's say the amount of self in the universe we're in is still a very good guide on. It knows a hell of a lot more about me than Bobby does, than Robert does, than Nadeau does, than Sensei does. It's really pretty sharp. Okay. But that's a whole different thing. We'll get into that. I want to go back on self and get a better communication beat going with it. I've been practicing on my front porch with this, but not tonight and maybe not next workshop, but soon.
But my question is,
Yes, okay, go.
As you continue to refine the character,
Uh-huh.
is the self doing that at the same time? Or do they need to be
It can
worked
guide
separately?
better. It can guide better.
The self can guide the character better?
Better, yeah.
Hmm.
Character gets better. And then again, you're getting me into this next workshop, damn you. Where am I here? As character gets better, let's say it's more of a Nadeau or Nadeau sensei, I can still say to the self, hey, self, I would like to continue to progress. Suggest something. Show me something. Give me a hand here so I, character, can continue my progression. Easy. And then the self should, and I'm more clear with it after a bit, communicate with me what I should do as character, what is there for me in qualities that I can mix up better and be a better character. Does that cover it? Or did I go offline again?
No, that's really great. There'll be kind of a communication between the two.
Yes, and that's a workshop I want to do separate from tonight.
Looking forward to
Better communication, yeah.
it. Thank you.
But I had to say something, because you sort of brought it up, about people trying to catch self when they haven't practiced sitting or shifting, being a better character. It's like, what is a self? You know, me, that's Nado, Nado's self. No, Nado's Nado. But there's a self there. But until you sat and got to a better level, self may not be able to show. Again, you're sucking me into this. No, we'll talk about self another time. Thank you. But anyway, just for acting, just that basic. You read the script, fine. But then you start doing this practice. Here you're just trading your personal in for, you're clearing for the character to get mixed. Actors should be very great at that. If they're really good, they're good at this. That they can clear, not personal anymore, and they just say, this character. And the energies up and down will begin to mix that character more fully. After a while, the bones of the character show it's that character. The voice of the character is that character. The little mannerisms are that character. You don't have to make believe them. It's that character being itself. So the good actor gives room or clears the decks to be able to play this game. And the system loves this game, by the way. Did I say anything intelligent there? That okay? Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. So I bring up dumb stories like I heard more than once. Oh, gee, I'd like to act, but I hope, dear God, I don't have to act a bad character because I really can't do a bad character. See, they're confusing their character, their personal character, with the energies for the acting character. And so a bad character is necessary. The personal character, me, feels this badness and goes, oh, no, I can't do that. They didn't clear enough. A good actor should be able to just clear all my personal stuff. And I'm just making room for the character that the director wants, the script is calling for. Boom, here it comes. I hope I said that clearly. That's really the essence there. Yeah. People, before I get too crazy lost over here, where are we?
Sensei, I was just going to say from this practice, it just from the initial feeling of what we were just doing a little while ago, I could feel it into my feet, kind of the grounding into my feet. And it reminded me of two events. The first one was practicing in the dojo, practicing Aikido in the dojo, and feeling a technique, not from just making contact with my uke, but then feeling my feet, and how deep am I feeling into the ground. And I had a similar thing this morning where I had elementary school where I teach music at. The whole school was there. And naturally, when you have an entire school performance, there's a lot more energy involved. And I could feel that energy kind of I could feel my knees getting weak, that feeling of that. But then and then I also noticed when the principal said, sorry, parents, we don't have enough seats. Then I noticed there were more parents. Whoa, now I could really feel it. But then when I kind of clicked into that first line and then felt it into my feet, then I knew I kind of surrounded the whole.
Okay, there is the situation got bigger and bigger. Okay, he's well aware of it. He can feel that situation. Now I'd like to add to his thing of centering down to the ground. Very good. But now, let's take advantage of how it works more. Center down to the ground to tap a deeper pool of energy that'll mix up you, character, equal to the situation. So you saved your ass by grounding. That really helped. But you can do so much more here with just this little extra down, up and down and up. I am the character of this event. And again, later you'll be able to get there fuller, faster, but at first, take it more than a few minutes.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
But to play it fuller, you did a good job. And you didn't get too bowled over, but you can do an even better job and whatever you character in that situation with a better mix, a better enhancement, be
Mhm.
much better. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I want to go back to Gina. Gina, I thought I saw you. You're on, aren't you? Yeah. Then when you use the back and forth for balancing, and as soon as they felt balance, you felt the center. He said, whoa. And when you felt the center, you said you really feel good on stage. Okay. I want to add to that one. Great, great, great. But now let's take advantage of this. And the centered one, down deeper, up and down. Energy beats breathing. Wow, she on stage. Let's go a little bit more. Okay, so he did a beautiful piece of work with back and forth and center. He did a good piece of work with don't panic here in the panic situation. Be centered and go a little bit deeper on that. Beautiful piece of work, but there's a little bit more. Yeah, got it, Gina? Okay. Good, good. And talk a bit, talk a bit. Somebody?
Sensei Bob here.
Bob here.
You had a phrase that you used over many years that I always found helpful in terms of working the process kind of ultimately in both directions, from the center and from circle, and that is, I'm in my world and my world is in me.
Oh yeah, that's cute, huh?
And just repeating that helps to get things started.
Yeah, it's cute. Yeah, it's cute again. Haven't used that for many, 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 many years, but I like it. Yeah. On the potted plant theory, doing this right, the plant is equal to the pot. The pot, what? Fully feeds, or it's fully there with the plant. There's a much better reciprocity, much better harmony between those two. Yeah. See, those are a big two. We're starting off with a simpler two. Now, watch out for the word simpler. It doesn't mean it should be disregarded. These are your starting basics of just up and down. And that breeds. Later, when you catch, wait a minute, there's a circle here, then you can go center, up and down, better character. Now checking the circle. And feeling more equal to it, or vice versa, circle to the center. You do it that way also. And there's your harmony, but at a much bigger level. So as you continue the work into finer, more original, okay, we do finer, finer, finer for a bit, and after a bit, you have to change the word some more original. I'll explain that one day in the far future, but that sense of more original, okay? When you say, who am I? You're really trying to backtrack. I'm Bobby. Yeah, but before that, who am I? Suddenly there's a Robert. After a while, okay, I'm a Robert and I feel pretty good. But who am I? So I have this constant inquiry. I'm sort of nagged, or I nag myself or something, that wherever I'm at is not quite good enough. Right? Historically, when people have ever complimented me a certain way, whoa, you're great. I say, it's not good enough. And they go, but you're great. Not for me. This deeper inquiry. Who am I really? That should go on and on and on and on. Long time here. It's big time stuff. Oh, I'm drifting here, people. Talk to me. Somebody say something before I go mad here.
Sensei, it's Justin. I've got just something practical that came up for me while we were working together in the standing practice. My first basic brought up some discomfort in my body, the feedback in my body, symptoms I call feedback, uncomfortable. But as we settled into a deeper and the flow was there, the discomfort began to go away and the feedback was there, physical. The character body was less uncomfortable. And that was evidence for me through that feedback that I was present with the flow in a way that produced a feedback of comfortable rather than uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's if we were smarter as human beings, as soon as we start to feel uncomfortable, we would immediately know, oh shit, more energy wants to show. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't notice you. You rang the doorbell, but I was listening to my TV here with my ear, whatever. But oh, now I notice you're here because I'm getting more uncomfortable. Give me a moment. Ha! I settle. I open. I say, hi, what's up? Welcome. What's up for today? Boom. Easy and let it and let it and let it. Okay. And again, I take the character approach first. And what's it doing for me, character? Character. And then as a better character, it might be now check the world you're in at this level. And I see things in my world I didn't notice before or something. So whichever way you go, yeah. This switching back and forth is fine. You know, if I say male, female, sometimes I do female, male. Center circle, circle, center. Yeah, that helps you move along. It just helps be faster balanced or something. Yeah. And eventually some of the doing that might be a little hard. Might be hard for, say, a heavy duty male to really allow a big female force. That could be scary for a lot of guys. If I remember my first sense of a lot of female energy quality, I felt weaker. Well, I'm macho man at this time. To feel weaker is like, no, I don't want to go there. I've been working my whole life to get stronger, capable. I'm a martial artist or whatever. I'm a bodybuilder. I got muscles. So your first intro on a lot of qualities could confuse you, like pain, discomfort. Oh, it must be bad. I'm going to run from it. No, it's all energy. It's present, showing, wants to say something. Hey, I'll open up, talk to me. I know you're a buddy of mine, and I know how you want to mix and mix me up better. And so my world is clearer to me, and my world gets mixed up in there, and da 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 do dee dee da da. Yeah. Help. Somebody, where are we?
Sensei, Tija here.
Tija.
Hey, you remember maybe back in the 90s, I had a big record release party in San Francisco at the Great American Music Hall, and you came for that event. I really appreciate.
Is that the one you were on stage playing?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
with
the violinist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that.
So in relationship to the theme tonight of enhancing the character, this was an important thing that happened. As you came down before the show, backstage, and we were kind of getting ready and so on, and I said something like, "Boy, I'm really feeling the butterflies. I'm really feeling the anxiousness that performers sometimes have."
Stage fright
on particularly big shows, and this was a record release party, and it was a big deal. So, and what you invited me to experience then was, don't fight that, invite that. Don't fight it, invite it. And so when I was able to actually breathe with that sense of my mind saying that was anxiety, what I was actually getting was more energy. It was more energy that I needed to be who I wanted to be on stage to express the things I express through music. So it was a big lesson.
Yeah.
In connecting with the energies that are sometimes there that we think, oh, I shouldn't be feeling this. How can I'm going to clam up. I'm going to clutch. So in connecting with that and that greater fullness, rather than pushing it away, inviting it, gave me a chance to incorporate what that energy really was, which is more life, more vitality.
And in the background there, or beneath everything, it was breeding a more enhanced character who had more energy.
Yes.
Which gives you more glow on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you better hearing because you're playing with somebody else.
Yeah.
Gives you more, you were guitaring, gives you better flexibility, dexterity, whatever. You don't miss a string or whatever.
Yeah.
It gives you all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be relaxed. You can't be contracted in those times.
No, Bobby in his 1x1 has got it easy and open.
Yeah.
If you want to get to a 2x2, Robert, or a 3x3, Nado, whatever. Yeah.
One other interesting point on that. I really took that lesson to heart and have used it in life since then. The important thing is what you emphasized earlier, is practicing with that. So you're not always going to be in front of on a stage with hundreds of people and the press and everybody being there. But what you can do is in your practice is you can kind of feel, or it's not exactly imagine, but you kind of presence that situation, and that situation kicks up that juice.
Yeah.
And so you practice with that.
Yeah.
So when I'm practicing on my own, it's not just in my bedroom practicing guitar. It's like I'm practicing here for Carnegie Hall or Great American or whatever.
Yeah. I'm trying to reword that. If somebody says, gee, that kind of situation really throws me.
Yeah.
Okay. And you say, okay, if you want to practice, then imagine that situation.
Yeah.
Get some details there, whatever. Really imagine it. Okay. And a lot of people probably won't even want to do that part, because as soon as they really begin to imagine it with any feeling, right?
Yeah.
They're already starting to get the energies.
The butterflies or whatever.
Yeah. But this is the beginning of practicing here in the situation. Easy. Now, easy and open, and the energies that are coming up. Easy. Well, it's still grabbing my tummy. I don't know if I feel comfortable yet. That's okay. Easy. Settle, open, double check. The imagined situation that usually throws you. Easy, settle, open. Now we're doing this practice. Yeah. And if they were to actually practice and open, the energies have to balance and produce a more enhanced character who will be comfortable or capable in that situation, but they got to practice.
Got to practice.
Yeah. You just can't, oh, I understand, you just can't do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Practice.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. So anyway, the next levels are basically the same thing. Let's check them out for a moment. Okay. Okay, we had a basic floor. Let's double check it. Double checking that first basic floor. Feet on the ground. Body feeling. Yeah. Body feeling. Feet on the ground. Okay. Now we had a little platform floor underneath. Good. Easy. Easy. Center open. Platform. Referencing it again. Sort of checking it for a moment or two here. And if you remember, we touched this platform and we felt a little more better enhanced. Okay, so in going deeper, shouldn't be hopefully too fearful. When I did one, I felt a bit better enhanced. Okay, then let's go a little bit deeper to that second floor. Easy. Second floor, easy. Hopefully in a distinct way, it'll show when you're there. Okay, I'm getting a little bright, what's happening to me at the moment. A little bright light at that floor, but it still feels lower than me. I think that bright light ought to be more here. Sort of a hot up bright light kind of thing. But anyway, in some way, there should be some sensed experience letting you know you're at that floor. I think so. Another way it's showing is my left and right spread, which I didn't have with the platform set, but this is spreading out left, right more. Is there? Okay, easy. I think so. Okay. Now that's a much bigger pool of energy. If the first one was a puddle, this is at least a pond. Okay. Using that metaphor. Whoa, got pushed. And from there, the energies flow up through the system, up and down. Easy. At first, it's semi-make-believe. You don't feel anything. Fine, it's okay. Easy from that floor again. Energy's flowing up. Energy's flowing down. I know it got better because the up and down felt smoother. Easy. From that deeper flow, a pond of energies up and down and mixing, breeding, giving birth to the enhanced character, feeling. Don't shift into thinking, it's too soon. Feeling, experience. Inner. I feel more physically proportioned, more important or as important. I'm feeling more, a little bit of a heart radiation. Depending on what situation I'm in, as a warrior, I feel more, I have heart to be a warrior. Another situation, I'd have heart to be more caring, loving. That's me right now. And again, we only did for a moment. You'd really have to repeat and repeat and repeat. So, touching the floor, up and down to represent the two forces. And someplace when you think good enough, let's give it a shot. Up and down and up, mixing, breeding the character, giving birth to. Who am I now as an experience? Don't make a gee, who should I be? Who would I like to be? Don't go there, you've lost it. Experience, sense of experience. Okay? And as you practice, put time in, your settling will get faster. The ability of going deeper will get easier. Remember to open, sense a finer dimension, infer that there. Because you keep going deeper on the narrow, could be kind of icky at first. That's where that, oh, it's a monster under there. Ugh, I don't like that coming up. Okay.
Bob,
Yeah.
Steve here. Yeah, one thing I noticed being a more center type, that as I went deeper, it felt like not only did the character become stronger, more enhanced, but more confident in the situation. Whatever was around me, I was embracing that more.
Yeah. Your form, what I felt with my heart as a warrior kind of thing, that's your form. So it wasn't hard, but it's very similar. I can, oh yeah, I can relate to him. That is similar kind of thing. Yeah. So you were enhanced.
Yeah, not only not only enhanced, but embracing my situation more.
Yeah. And again, when you get this character fairly full, you know he's young at first, but as you hang out and keep practicing, not just 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, keep practicing. And then eventually, what's my sense of the world? Who would you embrace or include at that level might be a question. Oh, I feel like I can embrace more. Or what's going on in my world that I should embrace? Easy. And let that show to you. Easy. And something will show. Yeah, whether you, different ways you'll pick that, you'll sense it. You'll be a little afraid at first because you think you're maybe making it up. That's why the ones that surprise you are cool, because you didn't make it up. It surprised you. Yes, it's there and it's laying itself out. So it can talk or show in different forms. Sometimes I hear things inside, and I hear caught you in the kitchen. I don't mean that. Inside I hear. Or I get images that come from this. Or I just get a sense. Can't prove anything, but there's a sense that it's that I should embrace or whatever. Just a sense. Okay. So different forms for different people at different times, yeah? Whew. Hey, goodness, we're eating up time. So anyway, spend time, experience the character, especially at first, when the character first gets birthed. Don't say, well, who am I? Who should I be? Don't go there. Don't go there. You lose it. All right. The character needs time to develop. Again, like a baby to a child to a teenager it's a little faster here, but still that same flavor. It needs time to get fully there. Okay. If you don't do that and you just have an idea about this character, you can't sustain very long. It doesn't take much to bump you off. If your character is a nice guy and somebody walks by and says, hey, asshole, you'll fall apart because the idea of it doesn't have enough. You need the other part of things, the character part, to sustain, to have longevity. Did I say that well? Very important. People, I think we ate up our time. Any last quickies here? Fast question, if I lost you, didn't clarify good enough?
Sensei, I'll add my own experience in that this kind of training has been the most valuable aspect of Aikido training for me over many decades, because this is the training that facilitates rising to the occasion, whatever that occasion might be. And sometimes had to rise to the occasion very quickly.
Oh, yeah. If
And
we practice, it
Yes.
gets damn fast. Oh, Sensei was unbelievably fast. From this old man to this, who the hell is that? Presence was fast. But
So-
you got to go through, you got to practice, you got to spend time. But it will get faster, it will get easier. But you got to practice. Yeah, catch off.
the other aspect is that who is the character that rises to the occasion, that also over time becomes enhanced. In other words,
Of course, it's ongoing.
yeah. So
After
it's not
Robert, there's
only-
Nato. After Nato, there's Sensei. After Sensei, there's whoever. After him, there's whoever. Continues. We ain't finished, people.
Right,
If,
so
if you want to finish, that's fine. Because at least you got the first enhancement. If you're down a little bit, don't have to be. You can do a little process of sort of be okay and sort of normal. Hey, great. You want to quit there? Fine. It's a lot better than you being this way all the time. Yeah. Go ahead. I cut you again.
well, just that this aspect of practice, in my own experience, not only over time does it get faster, the transition or the dimensionality of it, but that the person that emerges, the character that emerges, is enhanced, more capable for that situation.
has to be, has
more
to be,
appropriate
yeah.
for that situation.
Yeah,
So
has
it's I'm just trying to say that, it's not just for musicians. It's
No. It isn't just for musicians. I'd be at the musical school saying, where's the sensei of this school? It's for everybody in anything. I always make a joke. Selling, some of the spiritual people think selling candles and incense is okay to do that. Secondhand cards, no. That's bad, and those are probably bad people. We don't sell secondhand cars. We sell incense and candles because we're spiritual. Excuse me, but what total bullshit is that? Anything done from a finer level will reach its perfection or its beauty or its harmony. I mean, we do martial arts, for Christ's sakes. Look at the beginning of martial arts. Two guys in front of the caves throwing rocks at each other. And one guy practices a little bit more. He's able to hit the other guy more often. The other guy says, what the hell? I'm going to practice. And he practices. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. They're the beginning of martial arts. Suddenly it's this thing of harmony potential, this thing of nurturing other people potential. That's the development of martial arts. So to say martial arts are bad, I don't think so. What level are you doing them at? If you're punching out the local drunks to show how strong you are, that's not quite acceptable. He's so drunk he can't fight back. Or he's so crippled he can't fight back. What are you doing beating him up? But look how tough I am. I can beat up this cripple. That's a little strange, but dimensionally he can move finer and finer. Till he wouldn't beat up the cripple, he'd help him across the street. whatever. And yeah, we're running out of time. Oh, I hope we covered some things. Hope I said it a little bit different. Practice. Catch you later.
Thank you, Sensei.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sensei. Good session.
Thank you, Sensei.
Thank you, Sensei.
Bob. Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sensei. Thank you.
Bye-bye.